Raheem is dead. Somebody shot him. Oh. Raheem is dead. Somebody shot him. That part is so funny to me because, like, you did, first of all, and then, like, why are you so seriously in my face? Like, back, y'all, I could watch that like a movie, just that scene, just like, Raheem is dead. Somebody shot him. Oh, Tupac. He did not play. He did not play on that scene alone. Whew, okay. Anyway, so usually I get on here and I just talk about what's on my brain. I don't have a lot of people to talk to. People get tired of me. I ruin happy moments, they say, because I'm always like, but the government. Yeah, I'm that guy. But anyway, but I asked people, I'm like, on my Facebook account, I'm like, what's something y'all want to hear me talk about? Like, what's something y'all want to hear me talk about, like, outside of birth or just what comes to my mind? And so I had a lot of good suggestions that I'm definitely going to talk, but the first one that stuck out to me was like, what do I think the future is like, or like for the youth, what do I think they're going to experience and deal with and go through growing up? And in all honesty, I think my viewpoint in this strikes a lot of nerves, but I'm gonna go for it anyway because it is what it is. What I think this youth is going to experience is like I think there's a lot of enabling going on, and there's a lot of trauma raising. Like, I think a lot of parents are raising their kids strictly on their trauma, so they're doing everything in their power to make sure they're not traumatizing their kids the way that they were traumatized, but they're not giving the child what they need in any other area. I think it's going on a lot, not for everybody, but I think that's going to be a big thing. So in our future, the people who are going to be leading us are going to be not accountable for their actions. I don't think they're going to be accountable for anything, and I think that technology is putting them into a place of like no self-love. So I think there's going to be a lot of that they're dealing with because we only had like TV and stuff to go off of as like a beauty standard, which was a lot. I think it affected us a lot, but just with like filters since you were a baby, I can only imagine what that's going to create in the minds of the adults later. It's like, how comfortable are they going to be with looking at themselves? The idea of beauty, the most beautiful people who are in front of them are not natural. So how okay are they going to be with their natural self? Yeah, I've been using filters too, but we ain't talking about that. We're talking about the keys. But yeah, this is what I think they'll go. I don't take too much on my brain because I honestly feel like if they came at me for saying too much, I don't even think y'all would care. I don't think y'all would support me or riot or nothing. So I'm not going out until I got a strong enough audience that's going to ride for me. You hear me? But I do think, I think that CGI and AI are going to like ruin the future in general. They're going to be able to put fake things to alter people's reality and their state of mind. So I don't think we will have a lot of youth that are able to just speak their own truth or know what's real from fake. Everything is going to be like, well, I saw it, like I believe they use the artificial intelligence to put a lot of fake things in front of us, as well as CGI, because you got to think every time something comes to us, we like 20 years behind. So it's already like 20 years ahead of what they introduced it to us as. So we think they can't do that yet, but they already can do that. They just give us a little niblet. I also think that the youth will experience chaos only because of like cancel culture. Well, not only because, but because of cancel culture and stuff too, and people walking on eggshells as far as like speaking your mind. So we know that if a celebrity, I'll just say, speaks their mind, or anybody, to be honest, they'll bring up some old past about them, right, and start taking them down, which I think is weird, because if you knew they was doing this for 30 years, don't act all caught up on it now. You're just trying to cancel them because they did something you didn't like. So I think that's actually going to stop a lot of the youth from growing up and having their own mind or speaking their own mind, because the fear of like, what will I say to anger people that will get me canceled, harmed, or you know what I mean, or even scandalized, if that's a word. But I think that's what's coming for the youth. I also think that like, and I'm gonna talk about the cost of living in another video because somebody had brought that up too, and I'm like, let's talk about it. But the cost of living is gonna have these kids effed up, and the fact that we like praise like money and stuff, and like Yeah, I think it's gone. I think it's gonna destroy them because keeping up with the Joneses is worse because they're keeping up with the Kardashians, and that's way worse. Because it's so unrealistic, and I think it's gonna put them into a lot of states of depression because um the idea of what it's gonna mean to be happy or successful is gonna be so far off from what it actually means to be like healthy and successful. And I don't know. I just see a real scary future coming for the kids and for us as well. But it's like we lived our life. I just see a scary future coming from them because the adults live in fear and they project that onto the children. Like kids don't go outside and play or anything because the parents are so scared. Like the adults live in fear and judgment too much. But yeah, I spend most of my prayers on the youth because I'm like, man, it's a wild world coming. I mean, I see some good coming too because I think that they have like I, I'll put it this way. I think a lot of good can come to the future and to the kids, but I think we gotta do better as adults. Like I see a lot of jokes about like this generation don't take nothing serious. That's not cute. It's really not. It's actually embarrassing because like that's why we don't have anything. We don't take anything serious. That's why we're not getting anywhere. We don't take anything serious, and then we're showing them like don't take anything. People don't even take their kids serious. I see people post the wildest moments with their kids being vulnerable and in these crazy spaces, and they're posting it, and it's just like take something serious sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like the reason we not getting again back to the cost of living, the reason they can charge us a foot in the leg in our soul for a tiny box apartment is because we don't take anything serious. And y'all know I play a lot. I'm a jokey Yana. But I do know when to be serious, and I know it's not all the time to play. But I think that is the biggest downfall for the future kids is us. We won't grow up. We won't take anything serious, and it is embarrassing. It is literally embarrassing. I do think it has a lot to do with the fact that like the elders above us won't move out the way so that we can comfortably grow up. Whatever the reason, the kids don't stand a chance because it's just like we don't grow up. Like people have the weirdest relationship with their children because they want to be cool or like like they want to. Don't get me started. But I think that the future holds a lot of scariness because a lot of kids are not even prepared to like live in this world. Like they don't know the first thing about reality. TikTok has given them personalities and everything. Like kids are like it's the same thing. It's everything. It's one personality being created, and it's just like it's scary to me. But that's the future that I see, and that's just that's like I say, that's me saying a little bit because I don't trust that if they come in here right now and drop a scandal on me that y'all ain't gonna believe it. Yeah, y'all just gonna be like, oh, y'all know she didn't really have a free store. She was human trafficking. All because I done said something that's true. I don't believe y'all gonna ride for me yet. When y'all ride for me, I really start speaking my mind and telling y'all what I really think. But y'all gotta show me something. I gotta show me something. But yeah, in so many words, that's the future I see. It's the future I can see. But yeah, that's the future I see for you. That's what I see coming, and I can even dissect on those little pieces more. But all in all, that's the future I see. Yeah, so toughen up, grown people. Do better for real.